Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with the Hobbit. In this episode, the story continues with more of the dwarves' ancient song. It's full of rich imagery and poetic language, and it really shows us how deeply they miss their old home and treasure. We'll read the next part of the book together, and then I'll walk you through all the important words and phrases, so you can enjoy the story and improve your English at the same time. Let's jump in. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away, ere break of day, to claim our long-forgotten gold. Goblets they carved there for themselves, and harps of gold, where no man delves. There lay they long, and many a song was sung unheard by men or elves. The pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches biased with light. The bells were ringing in the dale, and men looked up with faces pale. The dragon's ire more fierce than fire laid low their towers and houses frail. The mountains smoked beneath the moon. The dwarves, they heard the tramp of doom. They fled their hall to dying fall beneath his feet, beneath the moon. Far over the misty mountains grim, to dungeons deep and caverns dim. We must away, ere break of day, to win our harps and gold from him. As they sang, the Hobbit felt the love of beautiful things made by hands and by cunning and by magic moving through him, a fierce and jealous love, the desire of the hearts of dwarves. Then something tookish woke up inside him, and he wished to go and see the great mountains, and hear the pine trees and the waterfalls, and explore the caves, and wear a sword instead of a walking stick. He looked out of the window. The stars were out in a dark sky above the trees. He thought of the jewels of the dwarves shining in dark caverns. Suddenly in the wood beyond the water, a flame leapt up, probably somebody lighting a wood fire, and he thought of plundering dragons settling on his quiet hill and kindling it all to flames. He shuddered, and very quickly he was playing Mr. Baggins of Bag End, Underhill again. Whoa, what a powerful piece of the story. From roaring pines to the dwarves' deep songs. That was truly epic. But hey, before we go too far, let's slow down and look at some of those juicy words and phrases we just heard. Trust me, they've got more inside them than you might think. Let's break them down together. Goblets aren't just fancy cups. They're like little thrones for your drink. In this song, goblets carved by dwarves remind us of their love for craftsmanship and beauty, even in dark places. It's not just about what you drink, but what the goblet represents, luxury and pride. To carve something means to shape it carefully, usually from wood or stone. When dwarves carve goblets or harps, they're not just making objects, they're leaving a part of themselves in their work. Carving takes patience, skill, and a deep love for creating. A harp is a beautiful instrument with strings, but in Middle-earth, it's more than that. It's a voice of the past. When the dwarves sing of golden harps, they're remembering a lost world of music, magic, and majesty. Their harps don't just play notes, they tell stories. To delve is to dig deep, physically like mining or mentally like searching for answers. The dwarves delve in places where no man goes, showing their courage and connection to the deep earth. It's about going beyond the surface into mystery and danger. Lay here means to lie down or remain in a place. The treasures and songs of the dwarves lay hidden, forgotten by time and untouched by others. It gives a sense of silence and waiting like secrets sleeping in the dark. This phrase paints a sad but beautiful picture. Songs being sung, but no one hearing them. It's like beauty echoing in emptiness. These songs aren't lost, though. They live in the hearts of those who remember. Pine trees are tall and strong, and in this poem, they're part of the wild, majestic world beyond the hill. When they roar, it's like the forest itself is speaking, loud, powerful, and full of mystery. Roaring makes you think of lions or oceans, right? But here, it's the wind in the trees. Nature is alive and loud in Middle Earth, almost like a character of its own. And when it roars, something big is coming. A height isn't just a tall place, it's a lookout, a challenge, a dream. The pines roaring on the height remind us of the vast world outside, calling Bilbo to adventure. It's scary, but also exciting. Winds aren't just weather, they're messengers. In this song, the winds moan in the night, telling stories of sorrow and danger. They stir the trees, the fires, and maybe even Bilbo's heart. To moan is to make a low, sad sound, like wind crying or someone in pain. It sets the mood here. Something is not right. Something old and dark is remembering or warning. Biased with light sounds poetic, right? It means the trees were glowing or glowing unevenly, lit by flames. It's like nature was dressed in fire, changing the whole atmosphere into something magical and dangerous. Torches bring light to dark places. But in this song, the trees become torches, which is both beautiful and terrifying. Fire in the forest isn't cozy. It's wild, bright, and out of control. Flaming means on fire, but also full of passion and energy. The flames here spread across the trees and skies, painting everything red. It's a fiery warning that something terrible is happening. When something spreads, it moves outwards, taking up more space. Fire spreading isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Fear, destruction, and memories spread through the dwarf story. Fierce means strong, intense, and maybe a little scary. The dragon's anger was fiercer than fire, not just dangerous, but unstoppable. It's the kind of force that changes lives forever. To lay something low is to destroy it, to bring it down. The dragon didn't just attack. He laid low towers and homes. It's a poetic way to say everything they built was turned to rubble. Towers stand tall and proud until something brings them down. In this song, towers symbolize the glory and fall of dwarves. What once touched the sky now lies in ruin. Frail means weak or delicate. The dwarves' houses were frail compared to the dragon's fire. It reminds us that even strong people have vulnerable sides, especially when facing monsters. Beneath can mean physically under something or emotionally weighed down. Here it's both. The mountains smoked beneath the moon, and the dwarves fell beneath the dragon's fury. Tramp is a heavy, steady step, like doom walking toward you. The dwarves heard the tramp of doom, and it's more than sound. It's the arrival of fate, unchangeable and crushing. Doom isn't just a dramatic word. It means fate, especially dark or inescapable fate. In this story, doom is coming with heavy steps. The dwarves know what's about to happen, and they run. To flee means to run away in fear. The proud dwarves, who carve harps and goblets, fled their home. It shows how terrifying the dragon was, and how painful it is to leave everything behind. This poetic phrase means a fall that leads to death or something sad and slow. The dwarves didn't just run. They fled into a dying fall where hope dimmed and lives changed forever. Grim means dark, serious, and hopeless. The mountains aren't just misty, they're grim. This word paints a picture of danger and dread, but also of epic, unforgettable journeys. This phrase celebrates craftsmanship. The dwarf's treasures weren't magic. They were made by hands, with care and skill. There's beauty in human, or dwarf, effort. Cunning means cleverness, sometimes in a sneaky way. The dwarves used both their hands and their minds to create beautiful things. Their craft was as smart as it was skilled. Jealous isn't always about love. It can be about desire, too. Bilbo feels a jealous longing for the beauty the dwarves describe. It's deep, powerful, and a little bit dangerous. This phrase means a strong want. The desire of the hearts of dwarves is more than a wish, it's their driving force. Treasure, beauty, and adventure call to them, and now to Bilbo too. This isn't about getting out of bed. It's about something inside Bilbo waking up. His adventurous, tookish side stirs, and suddenly the world seems more exciting and scarier too. To wish is to long for something with your whole heart. For the first time, Bilbo wishes to leave the comfort of home and chase something bigger. That's a big moment for a hobbit. Pine trees come back here as symbols of nature, wildness, and distant lands. Bilbo dreams of hearing them, not just seeing them. They're calling him to a life beyond the hill. Waterfalls are beautiful and powerful. To Bilbo, they're a symbol of the vast and magical world outside. He doesn't just imagine them, he feels drawn to them. To explore means to go where you've never been. Bilbo isn't an explorer, not yet. But in this moment, he wants to be. The world is wide, and suddenly that excites him. Looking at the sky above the trees, Bilbo sees something bigger than himself. The stars are like silent witnesses to his inner change. They shine on his decision, even if he hasn't made it yet. Jewels aren't just pretty stones. They're symbols of everything the dwarves lost and still dream of. When Bilbo thinks of jewels shining in the dark, he's thinking of beauty, of danger, and of destiny. The wood, or forest, beyond the water is dark and mysterious. Something stirs there, a fire, or maybe adventure itself. The woods are where comfort ends and the story begins. Leapt up means to jump suddenly. The flame that leapt up in the woods catches Bilbo's eye and his imagination. It's a spark of danger and wonder that lights his thoughts on fire. Leapt up means to jump suddenly. The flame that leapt up in the woods catches Bilbo's eye and his imagination. It's a spark of danger and wonder that lights his thoughts on fire. A wood fire is cozy, but here it's also symbolic. It's the border between everyday life and the wild unknown. Is someone just cooking dinner, or is something stirring? To plunder is to steal with force, like dragons do. Bilbo imagines a plundering dragon on his peaceful hill, and it shakes him. Sometimes adventure doesn't knock. It kicks the door in. Settling means to arrive and stay. A dragon settling on your home isn't peaceful. It's terrifying. Bilbo sees how fragile his world is and how quickly it could change. To kindle is to start a fire, literally or emotionally. Bilbo imagines the dragon kindling his whole world, and maybe it kindles something new inside him too. To shudder is to shake with fear or cold or strong emotion. Bilbo's whole body reacts to what he's imagining. That's how powerful a story or a thought can be. Playing Mr. Baggins is how Bilbo sees himself again after all those thoughts. He snaps back to his simple, safe identity, but we know something inside him has already changed. And that's it for today, my friend. From ancient songs to burning mountains, we felt the magic, the mystery, and even a little fear. But more importantly, we learned some powerful new words along the way that if you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another language learner who loves stories. And hey, keep your sword sharp. We've got many more chapters to explore together. See you in the next episode.